All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. Go ahead and settle in, grab your notebooks, because today we are taking a deep dive into the life and the political philosophy of Dr. BR Ambedkar. Now, as political scientists and scholars of history, we're going to treat his extraordinary journey as a literal masterclass in constitutional design, institutional reform, and social justice. We are looking at a man who didn't just study society, he fundamentally re-engineered it. So let's get to work.
Here is our syllabus for today's session. We'll be moving through 4 key modules. First up, the architect of modern India. Then, education, overcoming systemic barriers. Third, drafting a democratic vision. And finally, Ambedkar's core political philosophy. Okay, Module 1, the architect of modern India, a scholar-statesman. Let's analyze the multifaceted identity of the man respectfully known around the world as Baba Saheb. You know, when we study political figures, it's so easy to pigeonhole them into a single, neat little category. But Dr. Ambedkar, he totally breaks that mold. He was a reformer, a jurist, an economist, an educator, and a nation builder. He was far more than just a politician. He was a brilliantly diverse scholar-statesman. He dedicated his entire life to human rights, equality, and national progress. And honestly, in the realm of political science, it is exceedingly rare to find an individual who possesses such deep technical mastery across law, sociology, and economics, all while simultaneously leading a mass grassroots movement. He fully understood that to build a modern nation, you couldn't just change the laws. You absolutely had to understand the economics of inequality and the sociology of discrimination. Moving right along to Module 2, Education, Overcoming Systemic Barriers. Let's look at how he actively weaponized education against a deeply entrenched social hierarchy. Born in 1891 in Mao, which is now Dr. Ambedkar Nagar, his early childhood was entirely defined by severe social barriers. He was born into a society where caste-based discrimination and untouchability were just deeply, deeply normalized, and he faced daily systemic exclusion. Yet, I want you to really consider his remarkable trajectory here. He traveled from the marginalized corners of British India all the way to the halls of Columbia University in New York and then on to the London School of Economics. To put that into perspective, achieving that level of higher education at that time was an almost impossible statistical anomaly for someone from his background. Against all odds, he truly mastered law, economics, and sociology at premier global institutions. And that journey brilliantly illustrates his core strategy. He realized super early on that if you want to dismantle an oppressive system, refusing to let hardships become a weakness is the absolute first step. He didn't just want to fight the system physically, right? He wanted to dismantle it intellectually. He made education his biggest weapon. By acquiring advanced knowledge, he gained the vocabulary, the legal frameworks, and the economic theories required to systematically challenge the injustices of his society. It's like he proved unequivocally that an educated mind is the single greatest threat to an unjust hierarchy. All right, in Module 3, theory finally meets practice, drafting a democratic vision. Let's examine his return to India and his monumental role in institutionalizing equality. Talk about being tasked with engineering a massive paradigm shift. He had to transition a deeply divided traditional society, one completely defined by caste discrimination and untouchability, the old social order, into a modern constitutional framework, one governed strictly by equal rights, liberty, and the rule of law. Think about the scale of that. He had to translate these highly abstract concepts of liberty and justice into binding legal realities for literally millions of people. It was all about moving a deeply hierarchical society into a modern state governed strictly by equal opportunity. So upon his return to India, he didn't just join the political elite and call it a day. No, he started organizing the marginalized. He argued that true societal progress only happens when everyone, and I mean everyone, has equal opportunity and respect. He pinpointed 3 fundamental engines of social transformation: education, self-respect, and organization. And as a political scientist, his diagnosis here was just incredibly precise. Education gives you the capability. Self-respect gives you the psychological liberation from feeling inferior. And organization, well, that gives you the collective political power to actually force systemic change. Because he successfully embedded these very specific principles of liberty, justice, and anti-discrimination into the foundational document of independent India, he earned the enduring title of the creator of the Indian Constitution. As the chairman of the drafting committee, he made sure that the new republic wouldn't just be free from British rule, but crucially, that its citizens would be free from domestic oppression. He institutionalized safeguards so that democracy, social justice, and the rule of law would be the unshakable bedrock of the entire nation's strength. Let's move into our fourth and final module, and honestly, perhaps the most important one for our analysis today, Ambedkar's core political philosophy, which extends way beyond the legal text. The absolutely crucial point to take away here is that his vision extended way beyond just writing laws on a piece of paper. He wanted to awaken public consciousness. For a political science class like ours, we really have to emphasize his radical, deeply sociological definition of democracy. He viewed it not just as a mechanical method of voting every few years, but as a daily, lived value of human interaction. For Dr. Ambedkar, if your society is strictly divided and lacks fraternity in its everyday life, having a democratic government on paper is completely useless. Democracy has to exist in our social relationships first. If we distill down his extensive writings, books, and speeches, we basically arrive at these 7 core teachings. You can really think of this as his enduring manifesto. Education is power. Equality and human dignity are the fundamental rights of every individual. We must actively oppose injustice and discrimination. Society can only be changed through knowledge, organization, and struggle. Democracy is a life value. Self-respect and self-reliance are absolutely essential. And finally, everyone must receive equal opportunities. This isn't just academic theory, you guys. This is a highly practical toolkit for empowering the marginalized.
Ultimately, Dr. Ambedkar's objective was always the creation of an India where every single person receives equal rights, respect, and opportunity. His life continues to inspire millions today, proving that with absolute determination, rigorous education, and just unyielding hard work, colossal societal transformations are absolutely possible, even when you are facing incredible odds. Today, he stands globally as one of the ultimate symbols of social justice, equality, and human rights.
So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. He gave us the institutional blueprint for equality. He wrote the laws and he designed the framework. But remember his definition of democracy? That it's a daily value of human interaction? So look around your own communities, your own schools, your own social circles. Are we truly practicing democracy as a daily value of life? Or are we just relying on the paperwork he left behind? Class dismissed. Let that sink in.